Hello, this is Bill Webb, aka Billy Indiana. Today I'm going to do an unboxing for my #1 most anticipated game of 2021. It just arrived yesterday here, January 8th in 2022, but I'm excited to finally have it in hand, and I'm going to show you what comes in the box of The Adventures of Robin Hood by KOSMOS and created by Michael Menzel. Let's take a look at what's inside this box. So as I mentioned, this was my #1 most anticipated game from 2021. I actually pre-ordered it back on a Memorial Day sale in May, but just received it due to all the shipping things that happened this year. For this game, it was released early in the year. It was a nominee for the Game of the Year earlier because it was available in Europe, but it wasn't available in English and in the US until recently. So one of the reasons it was my most anticipated game is because it is by Michael Menzel, and one of my favorite all-time games is Legends of Andor, which he both created and made the art for. Same deal here. So let's take a look at this. It's for 2 to 4 players, ages 10 and up, playtime 60 minutes. This is kind of interesting. It says strategies 4 out of 5, luck 3 out of 5, adventure 5 out of 5, and cooperative 5 out of 5. And here it says England 1193. Nottingham County is suffering under the yoke of evil Prince John and his henchmen. You slip into the roles of Robin Hood and his companions, Little John, Maid Marian, and Will Scarlet, to fight against injustice and discover dark secrets. The Quick Start Guide plunges you headlong into your first adventure in this easy-to-learn family game. Grab your bow and arrow and join the fight for justice and equity in this cooperative game designed and illustrated by Michael Menzel, the award-winning creator of the Legends of Andor series. It's got the contents down here. It says set up and start playing in no time. All right, let's see what's inside the box. All right, I love Michael Menzel's art. He does art for many board games, and they often are the ones that catch my eye right away. It says here, welcome to Sherwood Forest. If you're playing the game for the first time, continue reading here on this starter sheet. We've got just this one sheet that basically tells you how to get into the game. And then we've got the accompanying booklet. Important, this is merely the accompanying booklet and not the rule book. You must not read this book before playing the game. So I guess we don't want to read this. I'll just kind of flip through. You can see it's even as the quote-unquote not rule book, the accompanying book, it is quite short, just a few pages. All right. And then inside here, we've got, whoa, overloaded me with silica gel packs here. That's interesting. And what is this? We got some kind of pack. Looks like this is the board, I'm guessing. Let me grab my knife here to try to cut into the plastic cover here. All right. It's interesting that the board itself is protected. I know this has an Advent style kind of board, and so perhaps just to keep things from potentially falling apart, or like the little Advent pieces coming out in transit. This is perhaps their strategy for protecting that. I'm not sure. Looks like it has some kind of a sleeve on it as well. Don't know if that's something that'll need to be maintained. Check out again as we learn more about this game. So we've got some kind of a sleeve here holding the board pieces. And then this is the board, and it fits together like a puzzle. So I think this is the top right-hand corner. I think this, yep, fits right underneath it like that. And so be piecing together this quite large board. I think it's maybe 2 tall, but by 3 or 4 wide. So here's the piece that goes right there, maybe. Oh, no, I think it's going to be here on top, the top edge, right there. And then this is going to be, I guess, the bottom of that edge, probably. And then this is going to be next on the top. So it looks like it's 2 tall and 4 wide. And I don't know how well you can see in the camera, but there on this one are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 Advent calendar type pop-outs. We've got this one. And they all seem to have, around that 10 or 12 or so pop-out spots on each portion of the board. So there's the board, how it comes in puzzle pieces. And I think I probably will try to keep this sleeve. We'll see how easy it is to push in and out of the cover. Not too difficult there, so that's a nice little protective scenario for the board. And then again, lots of silica gels here for some reason. And then this is one of the things that makes this game quite unique, that the rule book really is this book. And it's not just the rule book, but the narration as well. So you've got your objectives here covered in the front cover. And then for Steffi, Johannes, and Joel. And then we've got our different adventures that we can go through. And then number 1, chapter 1, the escape. On the back, it looks like we've got some sort of a map guideline here. And some special features in the back cover. All right, so, and then there's different narrative throughout with a few different structures, I think, to give you some both art and illustrations on the flow of the game and what you should be looking for and what you're trying to accomplish in each of the adventures. There you go, beautifully hardbound book, as both the narration and the rules kind of entwined. And now, this is a bag building kind of a game where you're going to be putting in all kinds of, more gel, all kinds of movement markers and player markers and opponent markers and attack and defense sort of cubes. So there's all sorts of little wooden tokens here. I think these larger ones, if I'm not mistaken from the videos I've watched with even more silica gel, they were really concerned about this one staying dry. I think these are all the different characters and actions perhaps. So maybe we've got our Robin Hood, and then Maid Marian's probably one of these colors, and Will Scarlet and Little John, and then the bad guys and different actions perhaps. So those are going to represent, I think, characters. And then these are the movement tokens. And these will be the movement tokens, it looks like, in this one for the blue and purple characters. And so this has a unique movement style where these detect how far you'll go. And so you've got these shorter ones and these longer ones that you can use to determine how far you'll actually move across the map. And I believe if you don't use the long one, if I'm not mistaken, then it actually gives you a little bit of an advantage in the kinds of tokens you put in the bag. So that, I think, is for the blue and purple character. And then here we've got the same kind of a deal, I think, but for the teal and gray character, although this is a little different for gray because there's just this little eagle icon of some sort token and only one movement for that one. Maybe it's one of the particular adventures you go on. But then with the teal color here, this aquamarine color here, we've got the standard 2 tokens plus the 3 movement tokens, if I'm understanding from what I've seen on the videos that I've watched. And I've watched a fair number of videos throughout the year because, like I said, this was my #1 most anticipated game looking into 2021. And so glad to finally have it. Hoping to play it soon. And then same kind of deal here, the pieces for the green and yellow. And imagine green is Robin Hood, not sure who yellow, blue, purple, teal, who those represent. And then there's these little hourglass tokens that represent the timing in the game. And so there's also a little red token here. And I think a spear token or arrow token here, it looks like. And then, like I said, all these different hourglasses to mark the passage of time. All right. And then last, in this last bag, lots of different cubes. And I won't pour all of these out, I'll just put a few in my hand to show just some of the different colors represented. And these do just appear to be all cubes of a variety of different colors. And those are going to, I think, indicate the different actions and determine what happens when you draw from the bag on your turn. So there you have it. That is what comes in the box of The Adventures of Robin Hood by Michael Menzel and produced by KOSMOS. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video and enjoyed seeing what comes in the box. I can't wait to play this game with my wife and see how we enjoy it. Maybe have some friends over another time, play a couple of adventures together. Robin Hood is one of my favorite sort of fantastical characters. Really excited for this. And then, like I said, Legends of Andor is one of our all-time favorite games. So very much looking forward to this. If you enjoyed this video, it'd be terrific if you give a thumbs up down below to show me that you liked it. And if you wouldn't mind subscribing to the channel, that also helps, and I'd appreciate that greatly as well. If you have any questions about the game, or if you've played it and want to leave some comments down below, I'd love to read those comments. And as always, thanks for watching. This is Billy Indiana, signing off.